Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? You good? Nice to be here in North Green. I'm sure I pronounced that correctly. So I'm originally from Australia, where I was just recently, where a black man tried to steal my chair. Yep. Mumbled something about being there first in some terrible fucking accent. Ridiculous. So I mentioned I'm from Australia because I'm aware that a lot of British people can't tell the difference between an Aussie accent and a Kiwi accent, which I find a bit strange considering you guys have a different accent here every fucking 30 metres. It's quite confusing for foreigners. When I first got here, I could barely tell the difference between Irish, Scottish and an alcoholic. Very similar sounding accents, aren't they? You know, I've been here 20 years and I still sound like this no matter how many women from Surrey I sleep with. It's fucking weird. I don't actually say g'day anymore, though. I don't see the point. I mean, you get up every morning, you look out that window and think to yourself, no. It's not a good day. It's pretty fucking shit out there. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird accent. I got a lot of shit from my accent when I first moved here. Then I went to a place called Birmingham. They don't feel so fucking bad. First time I went to Birmingham, I actually thought it was a joke. I thought I'd been set up by other comedians, right? I thought, how long are they going to keep this up for? Then more people kept coming in talking like that. It got dark. I thought, oh shit, this is fucking real. These people can never get a job anywhere else. Yeah, it's not the most flattering accent. You know, I don't know if you've ever heard a bunch of Aussies in a pub watching the final of a sports game or something where they're really into it. You know, they sound like crows. Have you ever seen that? They're like, fuck, mate, fuck. Oh, fuck, fuck. Oh, fuck. Sound shit. So yeah, I was born in Australia. My family's actually Greek. My parents emigrated to Australia, and my mother loves Australia. My family loves Australia. My mother thinks Australia is paradise on earth. She cannot believe that I live in this country. I get these calls from my mum. Peter! Peter! Why you live there? Why? Why? The food is no good. The weather is no good. Peter, why? 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 Ah, gee, I can't think of a reason. I do love going to Greece, but it's always good to come back to London because it's good to be able to flush toilet paper again. That's always, yeah. Ancient Greeks did quite well as civilization, didn't they? Democracy, philosophy, all that mathematical stuff. Modern Greeks, it all fell apart at plumbing. That's where it all went wrong. Now I've been in Greece dozens of times myself. Still haven't worked out how to use a Greek shower. Doesn't matter how much you pay for the accommodation. Every Greek bathroom you go into, the shower heads just hang there like this. What I do with this, shove it up my fucking ass. And every Greek toilet you go into, there's a sign behind the toilet saying something like, "Do not put the peppers in the toilet. Do not flush the peppers, you will destroy the village. You will kill my grandyaya and hundreds of goats." Jeez, I'm on holiday, I just want to relax and take a shit. What sort of a toilet can take big pieces of shit but not small wet bits of paper? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. And British people aren't aware that there's literally hundreds of thousands of second and third generation Greeks in Melbourne. Every time I tell a British person that I'm from Melbourne, they go, "Oh," or that my family's Greek, they go, "Oh, you don't look Greek." I'm like, "Oh, sorry." What were we expecting? A six-pack, no arms, and a broken-off cock? That's, I'm pretty sure that's in the British Museum. And Greek family is very different to the Australian families I grew up around. Greek family is very matriarchal. Mother's the head of the family. And Greek mothers are notoriously tough. I think Jewish mother, but violent. I remember when I was at primary school, I'd hear the other kids saying things to each other like, "My dad can beat up your dad." I remember thinking, my mum can beat up your dad. I saw your pansy fathers at football practice the other day. My mum can beat up all your fucking dads. The same time. That's what she used to do to us. She used to multitask. She'd be preparing the evening meal, watching Greek television, and beating three kids at the same time. It's fucking poetry in motion. She'd be stirring something in the hob, kick a kid, put something in the oven, change a channel, kung fu 2 kids. And she didn't have a special belt or a ruler she would use either. My mum would improvise. Got hit with all sorts of shit growing up. Fucking cucumbers, Tupperware. She once hit me with another kid. I did not see that coming. Ah, shit, she's hit me with my brother. Fuck. I guess I'm kind of lucky that I grew up as Generation X, thick skin, you know, could take all that. I don't know what would have happened if I'd grown up 25 years later and if I was Gen Z, turned up at my mum's house with my Gen Z values and walked up to mum and go, Mum, I'm only going to eat vegan moussaka from now on. And I'm not sure what gender I am. NASA would have reported hearing that slap from the fucking moon. You know now? Yeah, I'll just check between my legs. Sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah. Sometimes my jokes upset people. I know this because they go out of their way to find me on social media and tell me. And it's, you know, I look at their profiles. It's the sort of people you'd expect, you know, activist types, justice warriors, you know, a white BLM protester, a male feminist, a queer for Palestine. So, hey, my jokes are upsetting oxymorons. Well, just morons, really. Just morons. Just morons. And I don't understand why these sort of humorless people would go to a comedy club anyway. I mean, you know, it's like when you hear German people at a comedy club, you're like, what are they doing here? They must be inspecting the building. So, you know, there's no point replying to these comments, so don't. But if I did, I'd say something, you know, comedy is art, dickhead. You know, we create the jokes, we put them out there, and we get instant feedback. People either laugh or they don't. We don't need written feedback about the jokes from individuals. You know, that's absolutely fucking ridiculous. I want to know how the joke plays to 200 people, not one fucking uptight douchebag. It's not good feedback for me. I actually had a guy come up to me straight after a gig recently. He comes up and goes, can I give you some feedback? Hadn't asked for it, right? He goes, Stephen, they, them. I go, let me stop you right there. They, them, you can both piss off. It's almost like you have to explain to audiences now that these are jokes and they're not fucking political statements. You know, sometimes you can tell when a room's uptight. You know, you see a couple of pashminas, some pearl earrings, and you think, oh, fucking hell. And I always say to people, you know, don't take anything that the comedians say seriously. You know, just relax your sphincter and you enjoy yourself. You know, if I'm being completely honest, I mean, I'm not even really a woman. Just been saying that to kick ass in swimming competitions. Yeah. So, yeah. Gold medal, didn't even train. Yeah, that's right. So my last girlfriend and I had big differences on the way we viewed political correctness. You know, she was quite an absolutist. Because I thought it was more of an issue of courtesy, you know, just being polite to people. For example, there's some jokes I do about body positivity, which is, you know, a joke in itself. And fat phobia, you know, phobia is a Greek word for phobia, literally means fear. And I don't see why anyone would be scared of fat people. I mean, what's the threat? They can't run, they can't hide. So anyway, it's literally just a pack of thinly disguised jokes about fat people. So, and to me, political correctness is an issue of courtesy. If there were some really big people in the front row or a big couple that I've been chatting to, I wouldn't do the jokes. I've got other jokes I can do. Whereas my ex-girlfriend was an absolutist, right? She thought these designated words can't be spoken anywhere ever. I was like, oh, not even verbally in my own house? No. Not even text messages to my friends? No. Oh, I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to go and delete some text messages. I thought they were the only two places we could still use the N-word. I'll be back in a second. It's just very easy to rile up, you know. She'll send me, you know, the text while I'm out shopping. Can you get me this and that? And I'll send her the thumb emoji back. But I send her the black thumb emoji. What? And then I get the angry face back. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I don't know. To give me street cred? I've got no idea. That's it. I think what was the last straw with our relationship is we were at home watching a Channel 4, waiting for a Channel 4 documentary to come on. You probably saw it. It was called Rosie Jones, Am I a Retard, right? Yeah. It comes on, the title comes up on the screen. I can feel her tensing up on the couch, right? And I look at her and I go, that's not right, is it? She goes, no, it's just plain wrong. I go, exactly. I mean, she's got cerebral palsy, which makes her more of a spastic. She moved out the following week. See you later, Stalin. So I'll tell you a couple of things about Melbourne before I wrap up. What do you guys know anything about Melbourne? Any fun facts about Melbourne? Greeks? Very good. I just told you that 5 minutes ago. Look at Wikipedia over there. Melbourne is where they invented the flat white. Melbourne is also a city that thrives on casual racism, unfortunately. And Melbourne is where they filmed the show Nothing to Declare. You guys seen that? No, yeah, the one that filmed at Melbourne Airport is where they film Nothing to Care. Mate, exactly. It's an internationally known show. People absolutely know it, absolutely everywhere. Except the 2 or 3 Chinese people that get busted on every episode of that show. They clearly haven't seen. That show's been running for 15 years. I don't know who or why anyone would still try and take food through fucking Melbourne Airport, right? When I flew back from Australia recently, I stopped in Beijing. They actually block all this stuff. You can't use Google. You can't use WhatsApp. And I tell you, another show Chinese people clearly haven't seen, Bondi Rescue. I don't know if you guys watched that. A lot of Chinese people drowning on that fucking show. But getting back to Nothing to Declare, I find it hilarious. There was this one guy, right? They stopped him. They opened his bag. It looked like he was trying to start a fucking mini supermarket at the airport. I've never seen so much food in a suitcase. There was no fucking clothing in there. Unbelievable. There's another guy. They stopped him. They'd already x-rayed his bag. They go, excuse me, is there any food in your bag? He says no. They opened the bag. There was a whole Peking duck in there. I'm not making that up. It wasn't even a big bag. It took up like a third of the bag. They're like, what's this? He goes, oh, I forgot. They go, you forgot. He goes, yeah, it was a last minute thing. You know, sounds perfectly plausible, doesn't it? You're sitting there, you're waiting for a taxi at the airport, you're looking at the watch, you think, where the fuck is this Uber? I know, I'll just put a whole Peking duck in my bag. But by far and away, the funniest thing about the show, that Nothing to Declare, is the older Chinese couple that get busted on that, right? Because as soon as they get busted, the husband throws the wife under the bus every single time, right? Without a split-second hesitation. It's fucking ruthless every time. It's the same thing. Your Aussie customs officer comes over, he goes, excuse me, sir, you've ticked the box here. It says you've got no food in your bag. Is there any food in your bag? He says no. They x-ray the bag. There's a dozen soft-shell crabs wrapped in underwear at the bottom of the bag, right? As soon as it comes up on the x-ray screen, he's like, wipe back bag, wipe back bag, wipe back bag. Wife doesn't speak a word of English. She's like, hello, I'll pack bag. Poor woman, she got a $600 fine. And what was even worse is 2 weeks later, I saw her nearly drown on Bondi Rescue. That's all from me. You guys have been great. My name's Pete Gionis. Take care.